looking snatched like a snack as always. But
suppressors, bitch.
What? Anyways, y'all.
No, because remember, I know you remember that one thing where the guy was like, when she was like, looking like a snack. And he said, what? Suppressors, bitch?
Even if I did look like a pretzel, they would eat me
granola
up.
Bar?
They would eat me up. Anyways.
Not Nature Valley.
I'm about...
Crumble.
Okay. Welcome back to another YouTube video. Discard the intro because she's weird. But today I'm going to be telling y'all about a story time. I don't even know what I should title this, but basically I would say my second date with a Caucasian man that went wrong. So the first part of this, the reason why I'm saying second Caucasian date that went wrong, because the first one went completely wrong, and you know I'm trying to give people a chance out here because he was attractive. But let me see, I'm going to call him, what's a Caucasian name?
Bob.
No, doesn't look like I would go out with a Bob.
Phil. Tyrese.
Girl. What should I
buy
name?
my candles, y'all.
What
Love
should I
and
call
equality.
him? I'm gonna call him Trevor. So, and this is so funny, y'all. So I met Trevor. Let me close this door. Okay. I met Trevor on the BLK app. If you don't know what the BLK app, it is an app for African Americans to meet each other or whatever. So, you know, I guess he's a Caucasian man who likes him some African queen, you know. And
when he texted you, did he call you a queen?
Nah, I don't even have the app anymore, so I can't even go back.
Did he hit you with the "Hey black queen, oh you looking like chocolate, I want to eat on you, bitch"?
No, I don't think so.
I'm done.
But yeah, so I seen him on there. I was like, oh, he's a little cute or whatever. So I swiped. Was it right? Yeah, I swiped right and we matched or whatever. I think we he super matched me or something. I don't even know how to super match or whatever, but we matched.
Pay for that.
Okay.
When a nigga super match you and you could see it, bitch, don't match him back because they paying for that. They paying for pussy. That's basically like paying for pussy because you're paying to see your likes. Like, come on now. Like, who puts that much into a dating site?
Okay.
Like, only people with money do stuff like that. Like, if you really out there,
well, he had money. No,
he was
he
looking
didn't.
for the pussy. He was looking.
So,
he was prowling for the pussy.
Me and Trevor matched, and you know we started messaging or whatever. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember what we were talking about through the text or whatever, but his pictures did look so good. Like, it looked too good to be true on the website. So I was like, you know what, let me give him my number or whatever. We exchanged numbers, and I think he had gave me like one of like his business numbers because I have an iPhone and his stuff is coming up green, and I know he had an iPhone, so I'm just like, okay, whatever. So you know, gave him a chance. I think he kept texting like, oh, I really want to meet you, like, let's go on a date. I kept making up excuses. Like, a month later, I was like, you know what, let me finally give this guy a chance. Got my hair done, I was feeling cute. So he was like, oh, do you need me to pick you up? I was like, no, you know, I'll meet you. So ended up meeting him at some bar slash pool game thing or whatever. Basically, I think it is a bar, like they have pool in there or whatever. So met up with him there. Mind y'all, he really didn't look like his profile. Like, his profile pictures made him look like he was kind of like my height, but probably like 3 or 2 inches taller than me. I'm like 5'2", and I don't care about height as long as you're like a little taller than me. But this man was like gigantic. Like, he was like 6'1", 6'2", and I'm just like, oh my gosh. So
Fluffy said, oh my god.
For real. Like, and I made sure that he was at the place before I even pulled up. So
that's one that I want to see them before they see me, bro. Because I'll play that.
Because I'm not about to waste money on Uber. I didn't even have on makeup that day, but I'm not gonna waste getting dressed up to go to a place and you're not there. So made sure he was there first. I texted him. I was like, hey, I'm here. I walked inside and I seen this man with a black shirt, some jeans with dark hair walk up to me, and I'm just like, is this him? Like, in my head I'm thinking, is this him? And he just randomly hugged me. He's like, hey, it's so good to see you. And I was like, oh, so this is Trevor. He looks nothing like his pictures. So I was like, hi. He was like, oh my gosh, you're so much beautiful in person. Like, you're gorgeous.
Like,
oh my
was he
gosh.
Ugly?
He wasn't ugly, but he was just older than what I thought his pictures
I
were.
hate that. I hate when they be looking old. When you see them in person, they be looking like old men, and you be like, what? Your picture says 24.
Not like, he didn't lie about his age, but I'm gonna explain like the whole picture thing later on in the story. Not trying to make this video mad long. So like, he kept complimenting me. I was like, thank you.
Puffy, you ain't giving no compliments back?
No. I was a little shy, like, ugh. So what happened? I think he was there with his friends. It was a couple. It was mixed people, you know, black, white, Spanish, one gay guy. I met his friends. Yeah. I felt uncomfortable when they left, though. I'm like, damn, like, why they leaving when I pull up? So they were like, oh, we wish you came earlier, we're leaving now. And I'm just like, damn. And he was like, oh, you want to play pool? And I was like, no, thank you, I'm shy, like, I'm good. And he was, I get this weird energy from, I don't know if it's like Caucasian men or just older men in general, but I get this weird, not saying I'm childish, but I get this weird energy as if they're looking at me as if I'm a child, and they talk to me as if I'm a child. Like, bro, you're 35, I'm 25. Well, I was 25 at the time. You're 35, I'm 25. Like, come on now. I'm not that much younger than you. So, like, he just kept staring at me, and I'm just like, and his main theme throughout the whole entire night was like, oh, your body language is so closed off, like, that means you don't really want to be here. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want to be there because I felt uncomfortable, because, bro, you didn't look nothing like your pictures. But I just,
you catfish me. You catfish me.
For real,
I don't want to be here.
For real. But it's like, I'm always like this at work. I'm always like this anywhere I go. I don't feel like my body language is closed off. That's just how I am. Like, if I'm touching myself, I feel comfortable. So his friends leave. We go sit down. He's like, oh, you want a drink? I was like, oh, no, I'm good. He was like, really? Not even a water? I was like, yeah, I'll get a water. So then he started to ask me, like, what do I do for a living? And I was like, oh, you know, I'm a medical assistant, and I'm in school for nursing, and this and that. And he was like, oh, that's good, like, I'm a pharmacist. And I was like, oh shit, like, that's cool. So I forgot what else we talked about, but he was like, hey, you want to grab something to eat? I didn't really, but I just wanted to get out of the bar scenery. And y'all, every time I'm out with a Caucasian man, it's always the girls, like, the Caucasian females looking at me weird. Like, sis, I'm not trying to take your man. Like, I don't know why it's such an issue with biracial dating. Like, come on.
Wait, what? Hold on. How? Wait, might be okay? Account banned? Oh, who was jealous and was like, I don't want to see her on this app, man.
Okay.
That's my pussy, man. Nah, see, it was probably one of them guys I just started talking to, and you don't need this app no more. I'm about to, let me report your account.
Okay, anyways, don't pay attention to her. But he was like, oh, you want to get something to eat? I was like, sure. So we walk outside. He was like, where did you park? I was like, no, I took an Uber here. And y'all, like, his eyes got so big. He's like, oh my gosh, why? What happened? I'm like, I don't have a vehicle yet, so I just took Uber here. He's like, oh my gosh, like, what happened? And the reason why I don't have a vehicle yet is due to medical reasons, and I'm not going all into that with you on a first date. Like, bro, you're doing too much. So we get into his car. I think he had a Corvette, hopping him up jet like that. Now he really stopped. Like he really did have a Corvette. It was a nice car.
Fucking said I'm rocking in a weird baby.
Nah, it was like it was a nice little car. He could have put the top down, but baby, I'm not trying to be seen with you like that because we're on the first date. But you know, he had a nice car, whatever. He opened the door for me, y'all. Okay, I don't know if y'all can see her, but this is me, this is him. He's like this. He didn't even start the car yet. He's like, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. This man went in and freaking kissed me. I'm just there like, oh my gosh, Kiera, why are you looking like that? I was not looking like that.
That's how you should have been looking at him like.
Nah, but y'all, like, this man like went in, and like I said in my last story time, I don't know why I do this, but when I'm uncomfortable, I just don't do nothing. So he's there like kissing my lips, and I'm just like, I pushed him back, and I'm just like, oh, like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm sorry, like, your lips were just calling my name.
Bitch, my lips wasn't calling anything.
Trevor.
Your pedophileness was calling. That's what was calling.
Right, I'm just like, Trevor, no. I didn't say Trevor, no. Like, I don't even remember his name, to be honest. But I was like, no, like, I don't do that. He's like, oh, you don't kiss on the first date? No. Who does that?
Maybe I don't kiss you if I don't like you.
Ew.
Booking on the first date. If I don't
For
like you,
real,
I'm not
like,
gonna kiss you.
I could be sitting here getting to know a man for like a good 3 months, and we have not kissed. He hasn't touched me yet. Like, I'm not about to sit here and just, no, I don't do that. Like, ew. And I noticed that Caucasian men do that a lot. Not trying to say all of y'all do it, but the dates that I went on, y'all do it a lot. So after I told him, I was like, you know, I don't do that. He's like, oh, my apologies. So as we were driving to Chili's, mind you, location A was over here, and Chili's was like down there. If y'all live in Tampa, Florida, y'all know, I don't know if it's North Del Mabry, South Del Mabry, whatever. Del Mabry is a long ass strip. So we were driving for like a good 15 minutes, and it felt like the longest 15 minutes of my life. He was like, oh, so why don't you have a car? And I was like, you know, it's due to medical reasons. I don't feel like getting into it with you. He's like, oh, okay, well, you know, I hope you open up to me more later on. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm not.
It's funny when they talk about later on situations.
For
like,
real.
am I still gonna still be talking to you later on?
Y'all, I felt like this man could read my energy, because he was like, oh, like, I feel like I'm not gonna see you again. I feel like we're not gonna go on a second date. I'm like, no, like, why would you say that?
Nah, he knew the cap. He knew the cap. He was reading you. He was intuition. I don't feel like she comfortable.
But I was just like, no, like, you know, like, this date is going good, blah, blah. So then he goes on to talk about some, you know, I'm really looking for a wife right now. I'm 35, I'm turning 36 soon, and I'm just looking to start a family. You know, my grandfather just passed away, and he recently, I recently inherited $3 million from him, and this and that. And I'm like,
okay.
One thing about me, you don't have to impress me. I can see that you got money or whatever, but you don't have to impress me. Money does not impress me at all.
Man, I would have made that nigga fall in love with me. I would have been like, you want you a black queen, right?
No.
I'm about to show you this black queen.
Okay.
I'll be back.
But, yeah, so he was, yeah, he kept talking up like, oh yeah, I got inheritance and this and that, and I'm looking for a wife. And then he asked me what I was looking for. I was like, you know, right now I'm really focusing on school and just becoming a better woman, and then eventually like finding my husband and settling down, having kids and all that stuff. So we were kind of on the same page, but I'm still trying to focus on myself, but I'm still dating to have fun, or, you know, get to know people, you know, what do they call that? Network. Why did that slip my mind? So, oh, excuse me. After we talk about that, like, we're still driving, by the way. After we talk about that, then he talks about like his love languages. He's like, oh, what's your love language? I don't even think I knew my love language. He was like, oh, take the test. So I'm sitting there like literally taking the test on my phone while he's driving, and I was like, oh, my love language is quality time, words of affirmation, and yeah, quality time, words of affirmation, and acts of service. And he was like, oh, my love language is I think he was like, he didn't say reassurance, he was like compliments and stuff, and I love to give gifts. And I was like, okay, that's cool. He was like, I noticed you didn't compliment me. I mean, am I supposed to? Like, I'm very shy and awkward. Like, when I first meet somebody, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you look nice. I have to know you to be like, I don't want to sit here and give out a false comment or a blank comment. Like, that's not me. Like, if you look good, I'm gonna tell you you look good. But if I just met you, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's like, it was too soon for me to be like, oh my gosh, like, Trevor, you look so good. Like, no, that's not me. So I was like, oh, well, you do look nice. Like, y'all, I had to sit there and freaking lie to this man. I'm like, oh yeah, I like your shirt and your hair looks nice and I like your eyes. He was like, oh really, you like my eyes? And this goes back to his profile picture. So he was like, do you think I look like my pictures? Y'all, I lied to him. I was like, no, you actually look better in person. He's like, really? Well, you know, I took those photos a few years ago and I had the photographer like he had the photographer change his eye color in the photos, because his eyes are like a light or dark brown, and in the pictures it was blue, and he didn't look nothing like the pictures or whatever. So I was basically saying he looks better in person, which is a damn lie. So, and I have receipts, y'all. I'm gonna find a way to put them in the video or whatever. I have receipts of photos. I'm not gonna show his face because that's too much, but I have receipts of text messages too. I hope the story time is not long. But we finally get to Chili's or whatever, and he's like, you want a drink? And I was like, no bro, I'm good. He's like, you hungry? I was like, no, I'm good. He's like, you sure you don't want a drink? I was like, I'll get a lemonade. I'm okay, I'll get a lemonade. I think I got a lemonade, and did I get fried? No, I got a lemonade. I think he got like nachos or something like that or whatever. So we got there and we sat in like a little booth or whatever, and again there was Caucasian females staring at us, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like what is it? Like, I really don't see the big issue here, but whatever. So they kept staring, and as I'm like talking to him or whatever, like we're sitting, I sat across from him. He's like, oh, like, why are you being so closed off? So I'm like, came and sat next to him or whatever. We're still talking, and as I'm talking, like we're talking about religion and how we grew up and like relationships with our parents and stuff, and he's just there staring at my lips, and I'm like, what? He's like, your lips just look so good. Like, I just want you to say F it and kiss me. I was like, ew. I'm not like that. I'm not doing that, especially with people over here staring. Like, I'm straight, homie. Even if he was an African American man, I'm straight. I'm not kissing you. Like, that's dead. Donezo. So yeah, like I went to the restroom, came back. He went to the restroom, he came back, continued to talk about religion and what else? I think, yeah, we were just talking about religion and just like what we wanted in the future and stuff. And then we got back on the topic of me not having a vehicle. So he was like, oh, you know, like I've only said this to 2 women in my life, and mind you, I think he said he did try to date within his race, but he didn't like it, so he dates outside of his race. He only dates African American females and Latinos. And I was like, oh, okay, like whatever, that's cool. I didn't need to know that piece of information, but okay. So he goes on to be like, oh, you know, I can get you a car and I really want to help you. Like, I can help you with your school loans and this and that. And y'all, if I was like one of those like I don't want to call them Instagram girls, because I don't even know if Instagram girls be scamming, but if I was really one of those like Cardi B type of females, I easily could have been like, yep, okay, let's go to the dealership and like get me a car, and I'll give you I'll show you my school loan receipts and you could go ahead and pay for that. Like, no, because I had like disclosed the information to him well, shared information to him about like me getting my new place and stuff, and I'm so excited and this and that. He's like, oh, you need help with rent, I can get you a car, I'll pay for your school loans, I can take you shopping. And I'm just like, no, like, I'm good, bro. So towards the end of the day, I was like, oh yeah, I can take an Uber home. He's like, I'm not letting you take an Uber home. Like, I was like, okay. So I was kind of hesitant because I didn't really want him to know where I live. I just moved to this place, but I was like, you know what, F it, I'm gonna have him drop me off in the front of my apartment complex. So he drops me off, and he was like, I feel like I'm not gonna see you again. I guess I was giving off that energy, y'all. I don't know what type of energy I was giving off, but I was not feeling him because of the whole kiss thing and the way he looked. So he was like, I feel like I'm not gonna see you again. And I'm just like, yes you are. Like, today's date went amazing. Like, I really see a future with us and this and that. So I kind of like did, y'all, but later on in the story I'm gonna tell y'all why it was like done. So he dropped me off in the front, gave me a long hug. He's like, text me when you're inside and this and that. I was like, okay. So that's when I got a text off of an iPhone number, and it was him. So he was like, hey, this is Trevor. The number that I was texting you on was my business number, and this number is like my phone or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. So we continued to text and stuff, and then I think 2 days later, like, we're still texting. I forgot what we were talking about, just like good mornings and like how's your day going and stuff like that. So then I think, I'm trying to rush forward. The next day, it was because I met up with him on a Friday night, no, a Saturday night. The next day it was Sunday. So I was like, hey, good morning, like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm at church with my family. I was like, oh, okay, that's nice, whatever. So he called me after church, and he was just like, you know, I get this weird feeling from you that you're not as into me as I'm into you. And I was like, bro, like, just let it flow naturally. Like, you trying to like rush stuff that's not even supposed to be rushed. Like, let's just connect naturally. Like, you're doing this too much, stop. So I was like, no, like, you know, I'm just chilling, like, we're having good conversation through text. Like, I don't know what gives you that feeling or reason or whatever. He was like, I don't know, like, you're just not that responsive. I'm not the type of person to be on my phone all the time. Even if you're around me, I may be on my phone, I might be playing a game, I might be watching a YouTube video. I'm not gonna sit there and respond to a text quickly. Like, that's just not me. So, excuse me. So, excuse me, that conversation ended, and I really didn't like that conversation because there was a few things that he was saying to me where he was like sunning me, like looking down on me, like not belittling me, but basically sunning me as if like, oh yeah, I'm 35 and you're 25. It's like, don't talk to me as if I'm your daughter. Like, the fuck. So fast forward throughout our work week, we were just texting, and then he randomly sent me a photo of him, like, chest here. I'm gonna put the pictures in the video or whatever. So he randomly sent me a photo of him working out or whatever in his house, and I was like, oh, okay. I forgot what I responded, but he was like, oh, send me a picture of you, beautiful. So I sent him a picture of my beautiful little face or whatever. Guess what this man responded? Oh, I can't see the rest of your body. What? Why are you trying to see the rest of my body? Pause, stop. I don't like that. That turned me off completely. Like, you're just like the rest of them. I'm not just body, bro. I'm face too. I'm personality as well. Like, and that's another video. That's why I don't want to say I don't like my body, but there's more to me than my body. There's more to me than my shape, okay? So I'm just like, after he said that, I forgot what I said, but it'll be in you'll see it up here in the screen or whatever. So after that, I kind of slowly stopped texting him, and he would like randomly like blow up my phone when I'm at work. Mind you, I'm a medical assistant. I'm working 9 to freaking 5. So when I get home, I don't want to talk on the phone. I'm tired. So it got to the point where this was probably like a month in. I completely stopped texting him, and he would just repeatedly text. And like throughout the text messages, he kept saying like, Fabiola, like, I'll go buy you a car tomorrow, like I'll pick you up and we can go do that tomorrow. Like, I really want to help you financially, even though me and you don't work out. What makes you think I need help financially? I mean, that might be true, but I like to work for things on my own. Like, I don't like to accept handouts. That's not me. So what was I saying? Yeah, it was like a month and he kept blowing up my phone, this and that. It got to the point where he called me off of a different number, and I was at work surrounded with my coworkers. Was one of my old jobs or whatever, but we were leaving during the day. So I was like, hello. He was like, hi, how are you? I haven't heard from you in a long time. I was like, oh, you know, I've been busy working, and I had him on speakerphone at the time. I'm just like, oh my freaking gosh. And all my coworkers are looking at me like, because I've explained the situation to them and stuff. So he was like, you know, I feel like you owe me an explanation on why you don't want to interact with me anymore, why you don't want to engage in conversation with me anymore. I feel like our date went extremely well, and I feel like you're just acting a little childish by not answering any of my phone calls or returning my text messages. Like, I just don't find that appropriate. And he was just like, the way he was talking, just like, it reminded me of somebody that I'm not very fond of. But I'm just like, bro, like, who are you? I don't owe you no explanation. I mean, I didn't say that, but I was just like, no, Trevor, you know, I've just been working and, you know, school and stuff, and, you know, I just moved into this new place. And he's like, Fabiola, like, I can pick you up right now. Like, I get off work in a few minutes and I can pick you up and take you to the dealership and get you a car right now, and it'll be in your name, no strings attached. My mama told me a man ain't gonna do nothing for free. If you're not my daddy, why did I say daddy like that? If you're not my father, then I'm not taking nothing from you. I was like, no, I don't need a car. He's like, no, like, please let me know what time you get home. I'll pick you up and take you to the dealership. The car will be in your name, no strings attached, da 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 da, even if we don't work out. I was like, no. Like, by this point, I had him on mute while he was like talking all this stuff. All my coworkers was like, girl, you better go get that car. You better go do this. You better go do that. Who? And end up chopped up dead on the news because I accepted a man buying me a car and me not wanting nothing to do with him. I'm not stupid. I'm not one of those dumb females. He's going to want something in return. So, you know, I kept like shutting him down. I'm like, no, I don't need anything from you. And then one of my friends could see that I was like getting upset, so she was like, Dr. So-and-so needs you. And I was like, oh, I gotta go. And I hung up on him. And he was like, oh, that was very rude of you. Like, he's texting me. And I was like, I'll call you when I get home at 6:30. Y'all, I got home. I think this was a Friday too, because I don't take naps after work unless it's like a weekend. So I got home, took a nap. I woke up to 21 missed calls and like 18 text messages, back to back to back to back to back. And I'm gonna post it in the video. He's sitting here talking about oh my gosh, like, I feel like you're being disrespectful. I haven't done anything to you. What is wrong with you? You're mistreating me. You owe me an explanation. I feel like our date went well. I told you that I would help you out financially, and you're doing this to me. You're being mean, this and that. I did not give him no type of energy, nothing like that. I just looked at the text messages, and he could see that I seen them, and I wanted him to see that I seen it. Because you're not about to sit here and talk to me like that, for one. I don't need help from you financially. Like, you're doing too much, bro. You're doing too much. And mind y'all, on our date at freaking Chili's, he want to sit there and talk about you know, like, I felt like this is such a freaking movie moment, because this man looked up into the air. He's like, you know, I feel like I found the one. I'm gonna go home and delete the BLK app because I really feel like I found the one. Y'all, he really deleted that app, because I went back to try to find the messages and they were gone. He deleted it. So that's pretty much my story time.
Damn, Fuffy, we could have been baking right now.
Pretty much, but no, like, ew. I feel like if I had continued to talk to him, like, it would have been like a, because I don't want them to watch this. It could have been a, your cousin's parents type of situation, if you know what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's the type of vibes he was giving me. And once I seen that he was acting like that, I was like, nah, I'm not about to be in that situation. Like, you're not gonna sit here and try to talk down on me just because you know all these big ass words. Like, no. So ladies, if a man is ever, unless y'all trying to live that lifestyle, go ahead, but don't accept nothing from a man because it's not for free. He's going to want something in return.
Exactly.
Like, that buying me a car shit was too good to be true. I'm straight on that.
What you want to buy me a car? We have no type of connection.
Exactly. And we went on one date and you're trying to buy me a car, bro. You want to sit here and tell me that you inherited $3 million?
That's ownership, ladies.
Like, ew. Oh my gosh. And y'all, I think this was when I had got home. And because on the date I told him that I was celibate because we were talking about religion and stuff. And I was like, you know, I'm celibate from like my own personal reasons or whatever. So when I got home from the date or whatever, we were texting and he was like, oh, you know, I wouldn't need anything from you in return, but what gets me off is me like basically eating me. And I was like, why would you tell me that? Like, I don't want that from you. Like, you're doing too much on the first date, bro. Like, I don't know what kind of African American queens you used to date, but I'm not like that at all. And anybody who ever comes in contact with me knows that I give off a different type of vibe, different type of energy. I'm not like the rest, bro. I'm not pressed for sex. I'm not pressed for fellatio, none of that. So like, why would you even bring that up? That turned me off as well, because why are you bringing up that what gets you off is eating me? Like, okay, am I supposed to jump at that opportunity and go to your house right now? Like, no. I feel like the story time was mad long, but I have more coming. Oh, I feel stuffy in here.
Just nonsense.
No, it's probably because you're a Dusty fan.
Not my Dusty fan.
It is Dusty. But y'all, thank you for staying tuned with me. I know this story time might have been a little long, but I got more coming. So thanks for watching. I feel like I want people to engage in here. Now when you gonna dust that and the dust is flying everywhere. Anyways, I want people to engage in the comment section below, because my story times are crazy and some of y'all might be like, oh, that didn't happen for real, that didn't happen for real. No, I got receipts, sweetie.
Not
sweetie. Not for real. I'm kind of glad that I hoard all my pictures and stuff, because I be paying for storage in my phone, y'all. I'm glad I don't delete nothing. But
I delete a lot of stuff. I don't like to have.
Well, Google saves it, so. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for another video. Until then.